Last year, the doors to the Diet Den were thrown open to welcome a new batch of Supersizers and Superskinnies, each looking to kick their entrenched eating habits. For 1 week, they agreed to completely swap diets, plate for plate and drink for drink. Life in the Diet Den was no picnic.
No, you are taking the piss, mate.
I just can't sit. I can't look at it.
But by the end, the results spoke for themselves.
You have lost 3 stone.
Yeah, man.
Overseeing the swap was Dr. Christian Jessen, who forced the swappers to face the reality of what they were putting into their bodies.
That was like a snack.
Tonight, we're catching up with Supersizer Keith and Superskinny Colin a year down the road to see if they've managed to keep up the hard work.
Life sometimes hits you with things and you have to deal with them, and I've dealt with them now.
We'll also be finding out how Lisa Wheeler is getting on 12 months after her life-changing surgery. And Anna Richardson and her band of Flab fighters discover new ways of killing the calories.
I'm coming to get you, Keith!
Welcome to Supersize versus Superskinny. 1 year on. One year ago, we followed Superskinny chocoholic Colin Hunt into the Diet Den. When we first saw him, this featherweight father had lost all interest in food.
I do find eating a chore. It's just something I'd rather not do. I'd rather be doing something else.
And minuscule morsels of food do nothing for his desire for more masculine muscles.
So you are exactly 131 pounds, all right?
And that's just over 9 stone, which makes him 3 stone underweight.
I'd love to be 11.5, 12 stone. I'd feel better in myself. I'd feel more confident.
I can see there's lots of things sticking out of him that shouldn't be sticking out of him, like the tops of his shoulder bones. I've only ever seen him on him. I've never seen him sticking out anybody else, to be honest with you.
Even Colin's 10-year-old daughter Emily eats more than he does.
He eats half of his dinner and then scrapes the rest of it onto my plate for me to eat.
Surviving on a pitiful diet of coffee and chocolate for breakfast and another bar of chocolate for his afternoon snack, Colin will barely touch his dinner to leave just enough room to chomp on yet more chocolate before bedtime. This caffeine and cocoa bean fiend is running on empty, and it shows.
Your crappy diet is putting your cholesterol through the roof. You're 30 and your cholesterol is 6.1, which is high, OK? Should be below 5. So saying you're worried about your heart, your diet alone is putting your cholesterol up like that and will be affecting it.
Colin's got a lot on his plate, but not as much as his not-so-flat flatmate, Tracy Hibbert. Tracy is a supersized mum of 1 who's desperate to shed her excess flab. She's a desperate housewife whose biggest problem is that she has more than just one love in her life.
Me and food have been married for a very long time, longer than me and my husband have been together. And I think I'd rather go downstairs, have a cup of tea and a big slice of cake rather than make love to my husband.
With a weight difference of over 9 stone, Tracy is quite literally double Colin's size. His thigh is the same size as one of her arms. It's now time for Supersize to come face to face with Superskinny.
Hello, I'm Tracy.
My name's Colin.
It's just nothing of you. And I want to give you some of my fat.
If only it was that easy.
Facing up to what they both eat may be tough to stomach, but it's the first step towards getting to the guts of their problems.
Mars bars, Tracy. You wouldn't think a skinny person has Mars bars for breakfast, would you?
No.
Mars bars and 1 load of Weetabix. And that's it. Yep. That's breakfast.
I'm going to be hungry.
And then there's nothing until lunchtime for you, Colin. Let's have a look at lunchtimes. Sausage roll, sausage roll. Is that it? I think you then tend to snack a little bit in the afternoon, don't you?
Yes.
Let's have a look at that. Colin, that is a lot of chocolate during the day.
Yes.
This is all sugar, sugar, sugar. And it's sugar that sends your blood sugar up, soaring, soaring, and then plummeting. And I think we're beginning to see why you're feeling so knackered all the time and tired.
Colin has absolutely no variety in his diet, and his paltry portion sizes are way off the mark.
Oh, look, we've got a burger. No, half a burger.
An average man should be getting through 2,500 calories a day. Colin's diet is giving him 2,600, but nearly 2,000 of those are from chocolate alone. All this is going to dramatically change this week when he's faced with Tracy's massive portions.
How many of these would you get through?
Easily 4 or 5.
Way to go. Right, more sandwiches. That's over. Bacon and egg sandwiches.
I'm going to have trouble.
You think so?
Yes.
Burgers. How many burgers?
I ate 2 burgers and then there's 2 burgers in each. 2 beef burgers
So that's 4 burgers altogether.
Yeah.
Where you compare that to Colin's half a burger is what he can manage. So you've got to get through 4 burgers.
Yeah.
All right.
Colin and Tracy may seem poles apart, but they both share an unhealthy relationship with food. This diet swap is going to be tough, but it's just what they need to kickstart their recovery.
It's the first day in the feeding clinic, and while Colin has to tuck into a king-size continental breakfast, he's keeping Tracy sweet with some chocolate. It might be a lot for him to swallow, but Colin has to learn that to increase his energy levels, he needs to eat a proper breakfast. And whilst this portion may be excessive, croissants have the starchy carbs Colin's body's craving.
Never eaten these before. Would you eat with a knife and fork, or...?
No, you just pick them up and then just tear chunks off them.
Oh, there's nothing to them, is there?
No. So you might be able to manage more than one of those.
Yeah. Not my kind of thing, I must admit, but...
And you honestly fill up with a little bit that you ate?
Yep.
So I couldn't survive on that small, tiny amount?
Excuse me.
Still to come, we'll meet our largest supersizer from Series 2, 29-stone DJ, Keith.
I'm going to have to add a little bit.
Anna Richardson hits the water with her Flab fighters to let them eat cake.
Was all that cake eating worth this pain?
We look back at the heart-wrenching story of Lisa Wheeler, whose weight really did become a matter of life or death.
Your chance of actually making it to 60 are actually quite low, to be honest.
And catch up with her 1 year after her gastric surgery.
I feel like I've got a life and I'm hopefully going to live a longer life.
Last year, I gathered up a team of ladies to help me show that if we want to indulge our secret treats, we have to be willing to work up a sweat. So far, we've been rambling for cheese and dog walking for biscuits. Next up, it's Donna's food vice, cake.
I love cake so much. They're so delicious.
I'm going to show Donna and her friends how to have their cake and eat it without piling on the pounds.
OK, well, today's exercise is rowing.
I'm afraid carrot cake doesn't count as one of your 5 a day, and at around 400 calories, you'll need to paddle until you perspire for 42 minutes. If a wedge of devilishly delicious chocolate cake floats your boat, you'll be putting your oar in for 3/4 of an hour to offset around 433 calories.
Rowing is really, really good because if you do it quite strenuously over an hour, you burn up 578 calories. It's great for your bingo wings, really good for your thighs. We're going to do 40 minutes today. Go!
I'm coming to get you, Pete!
After all their hard work, will they binge on cake or bank their calories?
So you literally can have your cake and eat it, apart from me and Bev, because we were rubbish.
I wasn't. You made me bring you in.
Look, you can have one bite.
It's not fair. Penalised for you.
Girls, do you want it?
No thanks.
You're going to bank your calories?
Yeah.
OK, good girl. Jackie, you going to give yours?
I'm going to bank it.
Go and pop it back.
Thank you.
Donna?
Later, I help the girls build up a hedge fund of calories for crisps and then bring on the ping pong for pizza.
Superskinny father of 2 Colin and supersized mother of 1 Tracy have agreed to completely swap diets for 1 week. Fussy eater Colin isn't exactly adventurous in the food stakes, but for his taste buds, it's a chance to boldly go where they've never been before. It's lunchtime in the house and Tracy is cooking up a large vegetable wrap. Colin, however, is giving Tracy his usual quick and easy lunch: 2 lifeless sausage rolls. Colin's diet lacks variety, but this wrap contains oodles of different veg, including peppers, aubergine, courgette and tomatoes, all of which are a good source of the B vitamins that Colin so desperately needs to increase his energy levels.
Interesting.
I was going to say you're very quiet.
It's the textures I'm having trouble with. Oh, excuse me.
Colin needs to embrace these new foods as his limited diet and his high cholesterol levels are putting his health at serious risk. Unconvinced he understands the gravity of his situation, Dr. Jessen has prepared photographic evidence for him to feast his eyes on. He needs to see for himself that he paints a very poor picture of health.
The main thing that leaps out of me in this picture is how tired you look. You look exhausted. The concern here is this diet of chocolate, you know, big chocolate bars every day, 2,000 of your calories a day just from chocolates, OK? There's chronic under-eating, means you're lacking all those nutrients and minerals and B vitamins and things that your body needs to give you energy and focus and concentration. You don't have any of them. Your heart area. And there's a number of things to say. The first of all, this myth that skinny people don't have heart problems. It's only fat people that have high cholesterol and heart problems. Yeah. Not true. Your cholesterol is already raised. All right, it's 6.1, which for a 30-odd-year-old is already alarming.
70% of both men and women have blood cholesterol levels of 5 and above. Cholesterol is the single greatest cause of the nation's biggest killer, coronary heart disease.
So I always thought to myself, because I'm skinny, my cholesterol level must be almost non-existent.
Men who are underweight are also at a higher risk of having poor sperm quality, anemia and blood vessel diseases. They're also less able to fight off infections and are more prone to catching colds and flu.
Seeing it up on the wall and actually having Christian go through with me explained to me what is wrong in the pictures, and it really has hit home hard, and that is... It wasn't very nice.
Shocked by the pictures, Colin's hungry for a healthier image, so he's making huge efforts to pig out on Tracy's sumptuous Sunday roast.
It's been real food for me all the way now. And next thing you know, I'll be putting myself on a diet. Which is absolutely gorgeous. It really is. It's all the flavours. It's probably the best roast dinner I've ever eaten.
It's breakfast time in the feeding clinic, And it's chocolate again for Tracy, but something new and untried for Colin. A very unusual and exotic bowl of cereal, a banana and some yoghurt. Tracy's breakfast is actually a very good start to Colin's day. The cereal is a good source of vitamin B, which he desperately needs to help boost his energy levels.
I've not been tired at all. I find myself, when I do go to bed, I'm sleeping all through the night, which was pretty much unheard of before. I wake up in the morning and I just have so much energy.
Colin and Tracy are now beginning to see the benefits of their time in the feeding clinic. It's their final day, and for the last time they swap meals. Colin has renewed gusto for Tracy's 2 homemade burgers.
Oh, it smells gorgeous. I'm seeing now what I'm doing wrong, and I've eaten probably 2 or 3 days worth of food today.
Well done.
And I do thank you for that, I must admit. It was very, 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 very nice. Much, much better than takeaway burgers.
It's been a long, hard week in the clinic for Colin and Tracy, and armed with their tailor-made eating plans from Dr. Christian, they return home to start their lives anew. In the last series, we followed the story of Lisa Wheeler from Clacton. At over 26 stone, she was morbidly obese.
Your waist circumference is 1 inch more than your height.
Lisa was dependent on the support of her family and a carer every day.
I do rely on people, and that's what you have to do, pay people to do things for you.
Her weight was so dangerously high that time was running out. She needed to undergo extreme and complicated surgery to shrink her stomach by 85%, or face the possibility of a premature death.
For somebody in your position at the moment, surgery should be thought of really as a life-saving procedure.
Lisa was keen that others learned from her mistakes. She allowed our Supersizers to follow her in the weeks leading up to her surgery. It was a life-changing event for each of them. One of the first visitors was Supersizer Philippa. It's Lisa's 45th birthday. It should be a happy celebration, but this is the last normal-sized meal that Lisa will ever have.
My last supper.
Can I have the lamb shank, please? And what does it come with?
It's root vegetables on a bit of mash.
Okay.
Let's have a portion.
I have a
chips
portion
extra.
chips.
And chips,
Yeah.
The operation she'll be having is no quick fix, and after it, her diet will be dramatically changed forever.
After this operation, you will never, ever be able to eat the same way as you do at the moment. An average meal will not be more than, say, half a cupful.
Extreme weight loss surgery can also cause severe constipation, and Lisa will never be able to drink liquids with her meals again. But it's her last resort. Meeting Lisa and seeing the enormity of the situation she faces has forced Philippa to reflect on her own eating habits.
It's now making me feel like I never want to eat again in my life.
Hello.
Dr. Christian has brought Supersizer Tracy along to face up to the detrimental effect her diet will be having on her health in the long term, something Lisa knows only too well.
Yeah, it's just a bit shocking. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
It's okay. Tell me what you're thinking. What are you shocked about?
Everything in it.
It's just...
In it, end of the line.
It's hitting home. Tell Tracy just some of the problems that you have at the moment, what you can and can't do.
Every day is a task, right? Even getting up, I'm in so much pain. Doing things is hard work. I don't go out walking. It's hard.
All right, this big bag is full of all the medications that Lisa has to take because of her weight. She's on a load of asthma inhalers because her breathing's bad. She gets breathless, something very much related to weight. She's on diazepam for anxiety and to help with sleep. These are painkillers that she's taking.
She also suffers from high blood pressure, deep vein thrombosis, sciatica, a hernia, asthma and back pain.
It's nice to tell someone what I've done, the wrong I've done, and now I've got to pay for it. Big time.
Later, we'll be with Lisa just before her life-changing procedure, and then meet her 1 year on to see the difference it's made to her life.
I can't eat a lot, but I can still have a life.
It's time to look back at one of the biggest supersizers to step through the doors of the Diet Den last series. We first saw dance floor DJ Keith Kelsey having it large in the clubs of Southend. This larger-than-life bachelor had a reputation for going all night. Into the takeaways, that is.
Last night a DJ saved my life.
The clubs that I work, there's a fish and chip shop open till 7 o'clock in the morning. There's a Chinese, and when you've done a night's work and you can smell it coming out of the restaurants, yeah, it's nice, and you go home and feel content, go to sleep, and load another few pounds on.
So guys and girls, just joined us tonight. Don't forget those £2 drinks.
DJ Keith's the life and soul of the party, but his irregular eating habits and king-size portions have left him deflated. He might be the mix master, but when it comes to mixing with the ladies...
I've been single for a couple of years now. I think weight destroys self-confidence, and I don't like myself, and if I don't like myself, how can anybody else like me? That's how I see it.
Come and climb on these.
Your average 6-foot bachelor weighs in at 12.5 stone.
£415, we'll call it.
That's not far off an almighty 30 stone.
I'm going to have to add a little bit. About 5, we'll call you 65 inches around your tummy.
Keith's out-of-hours foodathons have ballooned his body.
All right, Keith, your body mass index works out at about 56.5. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, it's really bad.
If I tell you a normal is between 20 and 25, you're well over double that.
Taking on his diet this week and giving him a kick up that BMI is Superskinny singleton Tiffany Patterson. Despite holding down 2 jobs, Tiffany finds time to cook healthy meals for her baby sister and their friends. But Tiff barely eats a child-sized portion, let alone enough for a busy woman.
I say she leaves half of it.
Always trying to feed everybody else up.
Yeah.
You need to eat some grub yourself.
They say opposites attract, and with a 23-stone difference in weight, Keith and Tiffany are certainly polar opposites. Time for these 2 singletons to meet face to face.
Wow.
Yes. So you're bigger than me.
Totally different ends of the scale, and we obviously both have problems, but she actually, I thought, looked pretty good. Yeah, pretty hot, actually. Yeah, baby. I'm joking. Don't delete that off.
Well, someone's certainly smitten. But before Keith gets to swap phone numbers and diets for 5 days, he's got to witness what Tiff eats during an average week. The course of love could be changed forever.
So, Tiffany, let's start with you. This is what you have for breakfast. Cereal. What do you have with this?
I have energy drink at around 9 o'clock.
Here's your lunches. That looks like a sandwich, cheese and tomato, possibly. Let's move and see what you have for dinners. Here we go.
Definitely, she's not eating enough. I'm going to feel hunger. I'm going to feel hunger a lot.
So, Keith, I think it's your turn. Let's have a look at your tube. Wow, cheese on toast.
Yeah.
How many of those would you have at a time?
4.
Let's move on to then lunches. On this salad, you've added 1,000 calories extra in dressings. Fried chicken.
Yeah, that's fried chicken.
1,800 calories in that one takeout meal alone.
The average calorie intake for a man is 2,500 calories per day. On his worst days, Keith is devouring a colossal 6,000 calories. That's a whopping overeat of 9.5 days' worth of food every week.
Are you starting to see now the things that you're doing that are really doing you a lot of damage?
Embarrassing.
It's the first meal in the diet house, and Keith's serving up one of his enormous late-night feasts. Chicken chow mein with prawn crackers. And in return, Tiff's giving him a meagre portion of homemade shepherd's pie.
So how long does it take you to eat all of this?
I could probably get that done in about 10, 15 minutes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Ew!
It takes less than no time for him to polish off his measly portion of grub.
Here we go, last mouthful. Bon voyage.
So how are you feeling? Stuffed?
Oh, to the rafters. If I was to have shepherd's pie at home, it would probably be a lot bigger, at least double the size of that, at least. I don't feel hungry at the moment. Get the feeling in time that could change quite quickly.
Coming up, the Flab fighters horse around whilst getting horticultural.
Do you know what? This is good on the old bingo wings, isn't it? Brilliant.
The clock is ticking for Lisa Wheeler, who moves one step closer to her major life-changing surgery.
You can see all the yellow stuff. It is all fat.
And a year on, we catch up with Colin and Keith and see how their week in the diet den changed the way they look at themselves and others.
I look at other people now and go, oh, he's skinny.
With the date of surgery looming closer, Lisa, along with Dr. Christian and Supersizer Martin Knights, is visiting the hospital to find out exactly what the procedure involves. Lisa has struggled to lose 28 pounds to bring her into a safer operating zone. Today, she'll find out if she's done enough to get the go-ahead.
So your weight today is 151.7 kilograms, which is very, very good. You've done really well to get the weight down.
It's the green light Lisa needs for surgery.
It's still an operation that carries risks. You understand that the chances of dying, is significant, but we also know that the chances of you living longer because of the operation is definitely there.
Lisa will undergo a gastric sleeve operation. This procedure removes over 3/4 of the stomach. Lisa will be limited to just half a cup of food per meal. Unlike a gastric band, the gastric sleeve operation is not reversible. After it, Lisa will never be able to eat normally again.
I'm frightened because the sleeve is very drastic. If you like your food, it is very, very hard. Yeah. To think you're never going to be able to go to a restaurant, you can't entertain. I just want the best results at the end of the day.
With 2 weeks till her operation, Lisa's come to meet Mr. Ahmed, the surgeon who'll be operating on her.
So Lisa, and what we do with this procedure is we basically use staplers and we divide the entire stomach off from about here all the way up there. So you're really left with a very narrow tube.
All right.
It's very, it's come to... It's the first time I felt like... Because I suppose it's not many, weeks away.
I know, yeah. The thing you have to remember, Lisa, is if you don't have it, the alternative for you, as we mentioned before, is with the number of illnesses that you have with the obesity, your chance of actually making it to 60 are actually quite low, to be honest.
For Lisa, there's no turning back. It's do or die. Supersize singleton Keith has a weakness for late-night feasts and is desperate to shed the pounds in order to find love. It's a liquid lunch for Keith today, a Superskinny can of tomato soup.
This is actually only half a tin of tomato soup, so I never can finish a whole one.
Right, OK.
Sorry.
Breaks my heart to tell you this. Quarter pounder with cheese, fries and chocolate milkshake.
I'd much rather see a nice big roast dinner with loads of veg and...
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that as well, actually.
Rather than that?
Yeah.
Well then, why is that
exciting? You
exciting?
can't go for a drive-through and get one.
Yeah, but that's not exciting. Seriously, look at it.
It's quick, though.
Seriously, look at it, though.
It's got quick written all over it, isn't it?
So far in your diet, I haven't seen evidence of you actually cooking anything, really, apart from toast.
Apart from toast, because it's quick. That felt like just drinking, like, thick water, really. How my stomach feels, I still feel very hungry.
Back home, Keith's appetite is out of control.
I'm known to sometimes have up to 4 takeaways a week. I eat probably between 10 and 12 slices of bread a day. Eating makes me happy for about 5 minutes and then depresses me for the rest of the day till I eat again. If things are going wrong in my life, then I turn to food to make me feel better and make things right, which it probably gives me a short-term fix and has given me a long-term problem.
Meanwhile, with Keith's meals reduced to the portion size he'd usually feed his 4-year-old daughter, he's finding the whole thing a joke.
Like, the restaurant book is going to come out in the morning and I'm going to get served up bay leaf with a little bit of paprika and a bit of salt and pepper, maybe. Oh, no, I can't have salt, can I? Because that'd be real bad, wouldn't it? Right, I'm ready for main course now.
Dr. Jessen decides that Keith needs something more serious to think about. It's time for him to meet Lisa.
Can't believe it's happening.
Are you nervous, Lisa, or are
Yeah, I am. It's terrible.
you? Are you? She's having something called a gastric sleeve, which is when most of her stomach's going to be removed. And she's never going to be able to eat a proper meal again, ever. But her weight has been such a problem for so long, and she's got so many medical conditions as a result of this, that this really is a kind of last hope operation for her, isn't it, Lisa?
It is, yeah. I wish I was in your chair.
You're all right? Yeah? You sure? What's up?
No, because I can relate. Yeah, I can relate.
You know, it's something that you can do, Keith. It's completely in your hands. It just requires that self-discipline, and I'm hoping that now you've seen all this and when you've seen the operation, that will give you that impetus to actually really go for it.
There's no going back for Lisa, and as leading weight loss surgeon Mr. Ahmed commences with surgery, Keith is about to see firsthand the drastic effects of overeating.
So now we're basically looking into Lisa's abdominal cavity, and you can see all the yellow stuff. It's all fat.
Looking at that fat is just making me feel... that's disgusting.
So we're going to start stapling the stomach next. I'm going to activate the stapler.
Lisa's surgery is far from a miracle cure. In fact, it's potentially life-threatening, with 1 out of 100 operations ending in fatality. Plus, post-operation, there's a host of possible complications. Her stapled area may leak, which can frequently cause infections that result in serious health problems.
So the operation is nearly finished now. All we have to do is to take out the stomach sleeve, which is here. He's nice and loose, and this is Lisa's new stomach here. This very nice, narrow, evenly shaped stomach tube.
But there's another possible complication.
Once the healing process is over, the average meal size will be about half a cupful.
Half a cup.
If she tries to overdo it, she will vomit. If she tries to overdo it and she doesn't vomit and does it on a regular basis, that tube will stretch out again and form a new stomach.
And then she'll be back to square one again?
Back to square one, yes. Good. Through here. The best thing, Keith, is to avoid surgery, to be honest. You know, this is a really difficult option. It's a last line treatment.
But Keith, I'm hoping that having seen that operation, it's had the desired effect on you.
I kept thinking of a sandwich, and every time you have that butter on that sandwich, that's going straight, sticking itself around the liver and all that, and that was horrible. And I've never looked at food doing that to my body before in that way.
Because what you saw on the little screen is exactly the same as what you've got in there.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
And that's my reality check,
That's
definitely.
what I wanted to get home to you.
It's lunchtime in the diet swap, and with Lisa's surgery fresh on his mind, a trip to the takeaway is a whole new experience for Keith and Tiffany.
Do you know what? Normally that would actually probably send my mind into a frenzy and my taste buds would be going, oh, I want that. But after this week and seeing what I've seen, it's still...
Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa. And I can't get it out of my head.
Keith's turned an important corner and is now happy to turn his back on his beloved takeaways in favour of a healthy jacket potato with tuna.
Would you prefer the lunch I ate today or the lunch you're eating today?
No, this lunch is a lot better. Really enjoying it. Almost to the point, I would say, almost getting me horny.
Yeah, baby, the mojo's back.
Right, guys, well, it's the end of the week. You've got through it. How's it been?
It's been all right, actually. It's not too bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. You?
It was hard.
Right, well, listen, let me give you your diet plans, which are here. Tiffany, this one is yours. There you go. Everything you need to know all in it. Keith, that's yours. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again. We've got 12 weeks before I see you, so best of luck. And it's been a really good week. Thank you.
Thank you.
My team of Flab fighters have been working hard on the calorie crusade, but the battle of the bulge continues, and it's the turn of Jackie's private pleasure, crisps.
I could eat crisps all day long. I can eat them with bread and butter, piccalilli. I even have it on top of cauliflower cheese.
But even she has to pay for those crisp cravings, so this week I've brought Jackie and the girls to Longleat Safari Park in Wiltshire. Longleat's maze takes a team of 6 professional gardeners 1 month to complete the clipping process. Today, for the next hour, my girls will be giving them a helping hand. Gardening is a brilliant all-over exercise for every age group. My green-fingered gals will be burning off a whopping 306 calories from just 1 hour's work. If, like Jackie, you love your crisps, make sure to count the calories on the packet. For a 25-gram bag of Walkers, you'll have to chop away for 30 minutes to work off the fat. This large bag of balsamic vinegar kettle chips will take you an hour and a half to work off. And stuff yourself with a tube of sour cream and chive Pringles, and you'll have to garden away for a whopping 2 hours and 45 minutes.
My arms are actually aching.
All right, ladies, you may stop trimming your hedge. Come and get them! If you can find them. Come on! No, it's buckles, isn't it? Oh! Do you know what? That is typical. Trust you two got here first. Before you girls tuck in, I need to tell you that for the hour of gardening that you've just done, you've burnt 306 calories. Who does want some crisps? You're having one.
Tell us what it's like.
You're weak. I do want some, but because I've done that now, I don't want to. Really don't want to be wasting all that energy.
Crisp crisis averted, we turned our attention to another dieting disaster, pizza. There's a certain person here that's slightly obsessed with pizza. Bev. It's you, isn't it?
It's me.
Tell me about your love of pizza.
I just love pizza.
How often are you having it? We're going to be playing ping pong for 45 minutes and burning off around 250 calories. That's a slim slice of pizza to you and me.
Pizza delivery!
So, will they bank those calories or binge? You were really good, Bev. Off you go. Picked a large one there. Karen? There you go.
No thanks.
No? No? You're banking your calories?
No thanks.
Good girl. Jack, come on, you and me were working
I
hard.
don't deserve any.
We were working really hard.
Oh, put that back.
The girls have been working hard for a few weeks now, but have they been able to lose the weight?
I've lost 1.5 pounds.
1 3/4 pounds. I've lost 1.25 pounds.
Success! All those activities to cancel out the calories from their favourite treats have lost them a total of 3 stone 10 pounds. Well done, girls.
Before seeing Colin and Keith a year down the line, it's time to look back to see how they first fared after leaving the feeding clinic. Since Colin left the diet den, his eating habits have undergone a dramatic, snack-filled change. Eating little and often will help keep his blood sugar levels stable and will increase both his metabolism and his appetite.
It's been so long since I'd actually been hungry. The first time I had the hunger pains was, I was like, oh, what's that? It was a new sensation for me.
I'm really surprised by how much food he's actually eating. He actually clears a plate now, which is really a surprise. He hasn't done that for about 10 years.
By eating 3 healthy meals a day, Colin is going big on protein, carbs and vegetables. He's decreased his saturated fat intake to help his cholesterol levels, and he's replaced chocolate with fresh fruit. It's judgment day for both Colin and swap partner Tracy. Their success is now hanging in the balance.
Hello.
So,
How are you? Good. Oh, lovely to see you.
They've both made a huge effort to stick to their new healthy food plans. And the tension is high as they patiently wait to hear if it's been worth it.
how do you think you've done?
Hopefully I've done well.
Well, let me tell you, you've done terrifically. You have lost a stone in weight. You have lost a whole stone in weight, which I am delighted. Colin, do you think you've put on weight?
I do hope so.
You do hope so?
I think I have.
Well, let me tell you, you've managed to put on, amazingly, you've put on 9 pounds, that's over half a stone.
Yes.
You've also put on 2 inches around your tummy. 2 inches?
Yes.
Colin's also gained 1.5 inches on each thigh and ½ an inch on his arm.
I'm amazed. I can't believe that. So I'm so proud of us both.
So far, so good for ex-chocoholic Colin. And after leaving the safety of the clinic, how did our supersized Casanova Keith get on?
I haven't touched any takeaways whatsoever in the last 6 weeks. And to be honest with you, because I'm eating good foods and not feeling like I'm going without and I'm not getting hunger pains or anything like that, I'm not missing them really.
Keith's fat-fighting scheme involves reducing portion sizes, swapping takeaways for home-cooked food and learning to eat more slowly. After 12 weeks, it's now the turn of Singleton's Tiffany and Keith to face the scales.
Hello. You look skinny.
How are you doing?
All right, you?
They may well look the part, but the scales don't lie.
So do you remember your first weight when you arrived here?
6'11".
Well, you're now 7 stone 2. You've put on 5 pounds. You have. So, Keith, your turn. Put you out of your misery. What did you weigh when you came here?
29 stone 9.
I can tell you that now you weigh 26 stone. So you've lost 3 stone 9 pounds, which is pretty incredible.
Keith has managed to lose 6 inches around his tummy, 3.5 round each thigh and 2 round each arm, for an overall loss of 17 inches.
That just shows if you can do that, both of you, in 3 months, are you going to keep this up?
Yeah.
Definitely. Losing the weight has made me feel fantastic. I feel like a teenager again. I feel at ease around ladies, and actually there's quite ease with me as well.
Coming up, we see how life for Lisa has changed since having her operation.
I can't eat a lot, but I can still have a life, and it's wonderful.
And we catch up with Colin and Keith 1 year after their swaps to see just how big a difference their time in the house made.
I look forward to coming home now. I really do. I don't look forward to spending time in a Chinese at 4:30 in the morning.
Over the course of the last series, we followed Lisa Wheeler, who, after struggling with morbid obesity for years, finally took a dramatic step and underwent major gastric surgery.
Lisa? Lisa?
There we go.
Hello?
There we go.
Operation's all finished. It's gone beautifully.
It's the day after the operation, and Dr. Christian has taken Supersizer Wayne Rutter to meet Lisa, who is still in unbearable pain.
So you look really quite sore. Is it the worst bit is on that side, is it?
It hasn't sunk in.
Do you feel like nothing's happened yet? You just feel...
I don't know, I just feel like I've gone down, got knocked out, and, you know, it's got to register.
It's been 1 year since the surgery, and a change in diet and increase in exercise means things are starting to look up for Lisa.
Well, it's been a big change for me. It's been the making, because I never thought I'd get down to this size, because I've now gone down to 16 stone. I can't eat a lot, but I can still have a life, and it's wonderful.
But this is not the end of her story. The rapid weight loss caused by the surgery means Lisa has an excessive amount of loose skin.
My next step is I'm going to have my excess skin removed, which I really, really hate, which is underneath my stomach. They're going to take between 20 and 30 kilos, so it will be a big difference to me. Then it's going to do my bust, then my arms. I should be like a new lady. I'll be very happy once I get these bits done.
Despite the prospect of even more surgery, Lisa manages to remain confident and optimistic about the future.
By having this operation, I feel like I've got a life, and I'm hopefully going to live a longer life because I've done something about it. I didn't see a future at first, but now it's been really good.
A year ago, chocoholic Colin left the diet den determined to make big changes. 1 year on, and he's reaping the rewards of greater calorie consumption.
Before the swap, I used to be lethargic. I'd get in from work, sit down on the sofa and fall asleep. I thought I've got to do something to change. I've got to start spending time with my kids before they're grown up and gone. Since the swap, my life has completely changed. My energy levels have increased massively. It allows me to spend more time with my kids, which is more valuable than anything.
He doesn't fall asleep as soon as he walks in through the door when he comes home from work. Got more time for the kids, more time for me, and it's been much, much better.
Although life is now fun and games for Colin, his approach to food is a lot more adult.
My appetite has gone through the roof. I actually look forward to eating. Sometimes I get hunger pains, and never used to get that. My diet was a child's diet, portion sizes and what the food actually consisted of. My daughter would literally have the same size meal as me, eat all of hers and then finish mine off for me. But now it's kind of the other way round. I walk past her after I finished mine and try and swipe a couple of her chips. I'm a lot more confident now than I ever was before. In work is the best example. I used to cower away, not confront people, not talk to too many people. Now I'm that much more confident. It's made my life 100 times better than it was.
A year of healthy eating has given Colin a new lease of life, and Supersize DJ Keith has taken to his new diet and exercise regime like a duck to water.
I come swimming about 5 times minimum a week, sometimes the occasional weekend as well. Do about half a mile to a mile in here. My energy levels, considering the size of me, I think are pretty amazing now. For example, somebody very thin, slender gets into a pool, does one length, they're like, whereas I could go up and down that pool all day now.
But not everything in the last year has gone so swimmingly.
Everything was good, and I still continued to lose weight. In fact, I'd done 5 stone, which really was really proud of. Then, sadly, I had a few personal problems. If I get too stressed, Some people shout, some people get aggressive with me. I hit the fridge. I kind of went a little bit of a drift, but I've got myself back and I've prioritised my health back up to #1 again.
Back on track and moving forward, is our supersized singleton having any luck in the love department?
In regards to relationship, well, you know, married. I found the woman of my dreams. I never thought I would, and I didn't think there was somebody out there that would make me as happy as Tracy has.
He was so confident and bubbly, so down to earth, and he made me laugh, and anyone that can do that is special.
A new relationship means Keith's lost his love of takeaways.
I just feel complete. I look forward to coming home now. I really do. I don't look forward to spending time in a Chinese at 4:30 in the morning, trying to kill time and load myself up with fat. Comparing my life to how it was before, I was in a tunnel and there was no light at the end of it. A few months ago there was a bit of light and the light got bigger, and I feel like I've come through the tunnel and out the other side, and now I'm full steam ahead.
Next time, we're catching up with Superskinny Kim and Supersizer Martin, 12 months after the cameras stopped rolling, to see if they've stayed on track.
It's one of the hardest things I've done, but it gave me the kick in the backside that I needed.
We'll also journey back with Anna Richardson to LA and uncover the lengths those in La La Land go to achieve the body beautiful.
I got a nose job, I got some fat under my eyes, and a chin implant.
And we'll see how our team of Flab fighters got on with the Battle of the Bulge.
Don't, are you joking?
What do you mean? I worked the hardest?